So you have created a PDF guide in your team lead like, oh my god, this is just a masterpiece. I have never seen anything like this before. How on earth are we gonna promote it? SEO is a long game. Ads can cost you quite a lot. Sending PDF guides to your existing customers and leads are nice as a part of lead nurturing and however, if you want to scale your outreach, if you want more people to come and get interested in what you offer in your content, you need something more than that. You need some activities that can be run ideally without your supervision, and that can help you enrich your sales funnel and pump in relevant people who have much higher chances of getting converted further into leads and customers. And that's what we're gonna talking about today. So your PDF guide is already on the website, and now is the task is to search who is gonna read it. So of course we can just go to our connections and we'll start messaging people, asking them to read our guide. But it's gonna sound kind of stupid, especially if you haven't established any connections with people and just ask them directly to read your guide just out of the blue. So it's gonna end up in the same place where only your friends will read it, and other people will be like, who are you? So what are we gonna do? We need a lot of people to download our guides. The more the better, because we want all of them to buy our product in the end. So thankfully there is a thing that you can do. The trick is to reach out to people with similar interest if we're talking about the topic of your content, and do it in a short period of time and reach out to as many people as possible, and that's what defines your success. So, for example, we have one guide that's called How to Send Direct Messages to People Outside Your Network, Not Using Email, that we have recently created. And in order for us to find people who are actually gonna read this guide, we can just go through some places on LinkedIn where our hyper-relevant audience may be hanging out. So this guide is about LinkedIn outreach, basically. So we can just find events or groups related to LinkedIn outreach, and in this case it would be very easy for us to connect with people who attended those events and who are members of the groups, bring up the common interest that I saw that you are in this or that group, and I guess you're interested in LinkedIn outreach. Why shouldn't you take a look at this guide? Because here we put together our experience in this or that, and we reached this or that kind of results, and that's why I think that it might be interesting for you. And given that your content really provides value, in this case, chances are that you will have a high reply rate and people will download your guide and read it. And that's up to you actually what to do with those people further, given that you have their emails and that you can mention your product in your guide. You can weave it in naturally. You can invite people further, those people further to your events, etc., and apply as many lead magnets as possible to lead them through your sales funnel. Another thing that we can do, we can just find people who are doing outreach right now, and that would be SDRs using LinkedIn Basic Search or LinkedIn Premium. Sales Navigator. All these people are as well have high chances of getting interested in our content. Another thing that we can do, we can find content on the same topic, and if we type in LinkedIn outreach and filter by posts, we can find something as well. But we gotta remember that we don't need to post about someone getting promoted or about someone spending nice time with their dogs in the countryside, about someone changing jobs, about someone letting us know that they're not gonna show up on LinkedIn for a while, etc. Because we need some solid reason for connecting with people, and those posts are just not gonna work. So ideally the post that we're looking for should be about some particular problem in the workflow of our target audience, in our case SDRs, and ideally it has to be addressed to our target audience, and of course it should be written by a person who is either an SDR or whose position is somehow related to sales. Because on the next step, when we will be writing messages to those people, we will use this post as a reason for connecting, and we will have to mention some things from this post, and we will have to link that post to our content. So in a way, we will have to justify the reason why we are connecting, implying that because of the fact that they got engaged in this post, it's clear to you that your content on the very similar topic might be interesting for them as well. And as long as your content is truly useful, and as long as you know how to weave in your product in that content, or how to eventually lead them to the next step in your sales funnel through that content, this all will work. Well, this post that I'm dancing around is gonna work because it's actually a few tips for the upcoming year for SDRs, and in this relation you also have to make sure that the post is fresh and it has been created recently. So now you have three options. You can sit down and make outreach yourself, create lists of prospects and write messages to every one of them. If you have nothing else to do, you can hire a lead gen specialist and make him or her do that. And this will cost you like the salary of a lead gen specialist full time. And the third option is giving the job to an automation tool that will cost you like $50 per one account. And of course you can do much more than just this one activity with such a tool. Well, the greatest thing about automation tool, and at least about Closely, is that they not just doing the outreach itself, they also scrape people from posts or groups or events, and your only job is to provide links to them. So you don't have to build any lists, you don't have to do anything except for just putting the link into it and let it do the rest. Let's look at how it works. All you have to do is go to closedlitequeue.com and create your account or login if you already have one. And it actually has a 7-day free trial, so you just can try it out. Once you are there, here's how the dashboard looks like, and where all your campaigns will be running and tracked. All you have to do is hit create new campaign and give your campaign a name, choose the account, and actually you can sync as many accounts as you want, and it's pretty clear that if you want to scale your outreach you would need to sync more than one account. And here's the place where you put the links that you have found from LinkedIn. For example, we can take the link from our LinkedIn search where we where we search for SDRs, or we can take the link from event that we found, and we can take the link from the post that we have found and put it here as well. Well, the next thing is to write your message sequence. And well, it's actually not a rocket science how you can write messages to invite as many people as possible to read your content. Well, first thing you need to do is to present the reason why you want to connect in a connection message, and never bring up the pitch or your offer. In our case, it's content in the connection message. So in a connection message, you have to specify why you are connecting. And in our case, if we are talking about, for example, the event that we have found, well, depending on whether that event has already taken place or whether it's gonna take place in the future, you have to specify and write something like, well, hello, and you can put here variables, and Closely will replace it with the name of a person automatically. Well, you can like write something like, well, we both attended this or that event, and I thought that it might be cool to connect and stay in touch or learn from each other. And if the event is upcoming, you can say something like, well, I see that we're both attending this event. I guess it will be cool. Let's connect, etc., etc. If we are using post engagement, then we should say something like, well, hello, first name, put variables here. I also like the post of name of a person. Well, I'm glad that there are like-minded people, and I'm talking about B2B sales, I'm talking about marketing, and let's connect and stay in touch, and put some, I don't know, smile here or something like that. Like easygoing and breezy message. Well, and if we are talking about the link from LinkedIn search that we also found, we can write something very simple like hello, I'm expanding my network, would be glad to connect. I'm working with SDRs too as well. For example, if you're a content manager or a content creator like I am, then you can just say that you're working with salespeople and would be glad to be useful to each other and grow together and learn from each other, etc., etc. Something very easygoing and very not very intrusive. So this is the connection message. Don't forget that this connection message will be sent to all those people from each group that you have found. Well, write specific message to each of the group of people. So the specific message sequence for people from event, the specific message sequence for people from post, and the specific message for people that we're gonna scrape from LinkedIn search. Well, follow-ups will be sent after the connection message is accepted, and you can specify when you want a person to receive the follow-up. For example, you can say that it should be a day after the connection request is accepted, etc., etc. There are a lot of options here depending on your case. You can proceed right to the point on the next step and put the link to your content in the second message, and say something like, hey, thank you for connecting, and I guess it might be interesting to you to take a look at this guide that we have created on this or that topic, etc., etc. Well, you can just use the second message to greet a person and say thank you for connecting, and put the link to the link in the third message. But I would suggest that second one will work for you if you want just as many people to go to your website to read it and download it and read it. There are a lot of tactics of how you can weave the link to your content, and in what context you should put it. Well, it's great that closely you can track how your campaigns are doing. After a while, just come back and look at the results that will be visualized on this dashboard. You can see how many people accepted, how many people replied, and whenever the person replies to you, the campaign stops automatically for this person, and you have to jump in and lead the conversation further. If people just accept your connection messages, and they will be getting your follow-up automatically as well. And next thing, you can just go to your analytics and see how many people downloaded your content. We have actually 100 people downloaded our content, our PDF guide, the one that I mentioned at the beginning. In just 1 week, using very similar method to the one that I have described in this video. If you see like your campaign is not doing well, if it looks like it's not working, then it's always better to stop it and change your messages, or change your audience, or just adjust things to experiment and opt for the one for that very campaign that will work for your particular case. Also, closely you can use the embedded inbox. That makes it easy to manage all the workflow without the need to switch back to LinkedIn. And this inbox has CRM features. Thank you for being a part of our community. If you have any questions related to outreach, to content marketing, to how to use actually closely, don't be shy. Feel free to reach out to any member of Closely team. See you around. Bye.